Well, hello, welcome to Breathing Copy episode number 5. Today we're going to start with the research series. So basically, the research series, I'm going to show how to do proper research, right, for before writing copy. And I think what I'm going to do every Saturday, I'm going to end up writing a whole sales letter, and I'm going to write a bit every Saturday, right? But I am going to do it step by step every Saturday, and I'm going to start with the research, right? Because that's the first step before even starting to write copy. You cannot write copy if you don't do your research and see what's out there, what other solutions, what other products are around, and what is people saying about those solutions, right? So I'm going to show you in this episode. This is going to be like the pre work that you have to know before even start researching. This today we are going to cover all the things that you need to know before writing copy and where to find those, where to find what are people are saying, and customer reviews, and what they like about the existing products and what they don't like, and that kind of stuff. That's what we are going to cover today. So we are not going to do uh, live research today, but that's going to happen the next Saturday. So I am going to show you. I'm going to share my screen here, and this is basically what we are going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about what to look for, what do you need to know to write good copy, and where to find all the stuff, right? So and the videos I'm going to be making, it's going to be me basically live streaming every one of these bullet points, which are the steps I take for writing copy, right? So I'm going to cover one of these, maybe one or two or three, depending on how I feel that day. But we are going to cover each single one of these points in the following videos, in the next following weeks, and there we are going to move on to how to start actually writing a sales letter. But this is like a long-term project. We are going to end up uh, with a complete sales letter in a few months, because I am only going to do a bit of writing each week, right? And the first maybe 5 or 6 weeks are just going to be about research, and that research that I'm going to be doing in these shows are going to be the research that I am going to use to write the sales letter. So that's what's coming in the following months, probably. So let's start with today's topic, which is what to look for. What do you need to know before start writing copy? So basically, sell something is solving a problem, right? To sell, if someone has a problem and you have a solution, that should be enough to make someone interested in your solution, right, in your product. But what happens as more competition grows is that you have to start to differentiate yourself from your competition, right? uh, so you need to know who your customer is, so you can speak directly to that specific person, right? And make it more prone to buy from you, because they feel that they feel that you know about them, and you know what their problems are and how to solve them, right? So the the main goal of the research is to find out everything you can about the customer, so you can offer them a proper solution for the problems, for their specific problems, right, and for their specific feelings. So that's what we need to do proper research, especially for markets that are really saturated right now, like weight loss and that kind of stuff. um, there are a few markets that are really saturated in the sense that they are saturated because there are certain things that everyone wants, like I don't know, to look better, right? To have more sex. For men, it's to have more sex with more women. For women, is to find a high quality man or whatever. And and how to make money online, how to start a business, or how to have money, how to invest, that kind of stuff. There are certain things that they are never going to die. They have a lot of people who want products related to those things, and because of that, there's also a lot of competition. So you have to know, you have to speak to a specific person so you can differentiate yourself from everyone else, right? From every other company offering solutions to the same problem that you solve. So we basically need to know who our customer is, and we have to ask ourselves a few questions. We have like 20 questions about the customer here, and we have questions about the guide or competition. What is the competition doing? And this is more for curiosity elements for the writing part of the process, right? But um, the first thing we need to know is who our customer is, and so here's where we are going to start. First, we need a brief description, right, about the customer: their age, their religion, their political inclination, their social and economic status. This is something that yeah, maybe you cannot find it on the internet because you won't be able to know this stuff from. I'm going to show you how you can get a look into people's lives. It's not, it takes work, but something that is good about these points in specific is that a lot of companies already, if they are selling something right now, they probably have at least this kind of demographics so they can show you. But if not, I'm going to show you in the following weeks how to find this kind of stuff. So the next thing you want to know is what are the hopes and dreams for your regarding your specific product, and the specific problem that you solve. I think in the sales letter I'm going to end up writing, it's going to be a product about it's going to be a dog training product because I like that niche. And it's not going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a live product running right now, or it's going to be something made up, right? But that's what I'm going to do. So in that scenario, if what are the hopes of dreams of someone who will buy the product, that's the question that you have to ask yourself, right? And maybe that is to teach their dog some cool tricks so they can show their friends and their family, right? And make them envious of their skills as a trainer. Or maybe it is that their dog, it goes crazy when he goes outside and it's always pulling the leash. So maybe their hopes and dreams are just have a calm, chilled dog that doesn't jump everywhere when someone enters the house, and that just simply calmly walks besides you when you're outside, instead of always being pulling the leash, right? That's, you have to find out what are their hopes and dreams regarding your product, right? What they superficially want, this is maybe the vanity stuff. And this is like the concrete stuff. This is not about feelings or certain experiences make them feel, or what are are their beliefs. This is more about what do they superficially want, what are the concrete things that they want. In this case, it's probably to walk outside with the dog without having the dog pulling the leash. Or maybe it is, I don't know, to teach their dog some tricks, or to stop their dog from being violent and barking at other dogs when they go outside or whatever it is. It's the concrete stuff that they want, right? The next thing, this maybe it's maybe ambiguous, right? The what they internally desire, and the seven sins here, it's like a hint to know what are their internal desire and their internal motivator to want these things. So in the case of the dog, it's probably it's maybe to find companionship or something like that. Or maybe it is to teach their dog some really cool tricks without making a lot of effort. So in that case, the seven sins stuff would be sloth, right? That would be the sin. Or maybe they want to impress people, and that would be pride, or make them envious, right? Or maybe they are envious of other people who have dogs that behave better than that the one they have, and they want that too. So that's envy, right? So you have to find what the strongest, maybe one or two internal desires, and maybe and probably those desires are going to be one of the seven sins, right? It's going to be for dating offers is like lust, and for money offers the strongest one is greed, right? For other offers it's going to be pride and that kind of stuff. So you have to find what is the sin, let's say, so you can hint or use it in your copy, but without explicitly saying that, right? You can exemplify the sin by using storytelling or some experience. Hey, after I tried this product, all my friends tell me that they wish that their dog behaved so well as mine, and that's like envy, but you're not saying specifically that, right? That's just the sin. um, it's the sin exemplified with story. So the next point is the next thing that you want to find out is how does the belief chain look like. So this is maybe a bit harder to find, but it's basically these two, the one below. So what do they need to see or experience to believe that the dream is possible? So maybe these ones should be here, and this below I maybe have to change those. But basically you want to answer this question first, because people often don't believe that they can do something until something else happens. For example, let's take the make money online, or how to have more income, right? So maybe you have several steps. You have like a ladder and several steps uh, that you have to make believe someone, to make them believe that they can earn, let's say, $1 million a year. For example, if the goal, if whatever you're selling is that that's anyone can earn $1 million a year, um, the ladder, there's different beliefs that they have to accomplish before to start believing that that is possible. So first they have to have a job in the first case. Maybe it's something that they hate. Maybe it's a 9 to 5 job and they hate it. So right there they are not gonna believe that they can make the jump to 1 million. They are not going to believe that they can go from their 9 to 5 job to earning $1 million a year. But maybe they can believe that they can leave their job to do something else, like being a freelance, or to work on a side hustle, right? Have a side business. So that's kind of what we're looking for. What do they need to believe before reaching their dream? They have to believe, in this case, that they can leave their job to start before that they can have a job and start a side hustle, and then that the side hustle can evolve and grow, and they can sustain themselves using only the side business, right? And then that their hustle is going to become their full-time job, and then that they can reach the six figures using that job, right? So there's several steps. Someone in that position, it's not going to believe that they can earn $1 million a year just like that. So you have to find what does the ladder of believability looks like, right? What they are going to believe that it's possible in their scenario, and what do you need to show them to demonstrate that they can make it? Because you can uh, you need to research that so you can use it in your copy, and you can make that logical steps chain, let's say, so they believe that they can make the change, and that your product is going to help them make that change. The belief chain looks like what I was talking about. First, they have the 9 to 5 job, then they have a side hustle, then the side hustle is their full-time job, and blah blah blah. That's kind of what the belief chain looks like. So the next step is, what are their victories? This is basically their victories is how, basically, how their lives look like now that they have solved the problem, right? Now that they have these well-behaved dogs, how does their life looks like? um, they can go outside with the dog, and they are happy, and their dog is calmly walking besides them. They don't bark at other dogs, and they do every trick that they tell them to do, and that kind of stuff, right? How, basically, what are their victories are now that they solve their problem. How does that look like? And what are the failures? It's the opposite side, right? Now that they are having their problems, what are the failures? What are they are failing at? When they go outside, what does their dog do, and how does that feel, and that kind of stuff. Basically, this is what it's commonly called pain points, right? I don't like you use the concept of pain points, because I think it's kind of cold, and it ends up making the whole copy cold. Because if you think of pain points, pain this is pain. So you have pain points, right? And you are probably you're going to think about a list of pain points. Oh, they have this problem, and that problem, and this problem, and that problem. So thinking about failures, it makes you think more about the big picture, and expand the concept of pain points, and put it in a context of a story, right? And an experience that it's happening in their lives every day, or several times a week, and give it a bit more of context, and make it about a real person, instead of this mysterious avatar, right, that we sometimes hear about. So the next point is, what stories and experiences are they sharing about? Nightmare scenario. This is basically where we are going to find the trigger, right? That trigger event that every good story has. Like, oh, I was walking with my dog, and he started chasing a little boy, and I thought he was going to kill it. So fortunately, nothing happened, but I knew that I had to do something. I had to train my dog, or I had to put it down, right? And that's kind of the stuff we are looking for. We're looking for stories that relate their experience, but also that are going to be helpful for writing a good story for the sales letter. How it was when they first discovered the problem. This is basically how we have to find out more about the pain points, and how will the pain points look like. This is more about frustration, what their feelings. We are looking for their feelings. What did they feel like and that kind of stuff. When they were having the problems, they were frustrated, they were hopeless, they were what, right? That's what we need to know. Describe the frustration when they find solutions that don't work. So basically we have to research and see what people are saying online about other solutions that aren't ours, and what is happening. Are they liking those solutions? Are they are not liking them? Why is this happening? What do they like and what they don't? We need to know all that stuff, and we have to use them to. We are going to use that information for our sales letter also. Consequences of not solving this problem. This is basically what would be the worst scenario possible let's say, like 5 or 10 years in the future. Maybe in this case it would be the one I mentioned, which is putting down the dog, right? If they don't solve the problem, if they don't have a well-behaved dog, probably they are going to put it down, and that's it. That's the worst case scenario, because then you have the kids that are going to be sad, and they are not going to understand that you are killing their dog, and maybe the dog is your friend, and you don't want to kill it, and all that sort of stuff, right? What are the consequences in the future if you don't solve this problem now? In weight loss offers, it's like basically you're going to have a lot of problem issues, and you're going to feel really bad about yourself and your body and that kind of stuff. So describe the relief when they find a solution that works. This is pretty self-explanatory. You have to you don't you need also not just the stories about things that suck, but also about things that they are cool, and what people are liking about those things, and how does it feel for them when they finally find something that helps them solve their problem. What do they think when they reflect on themselves? This is basically you need to know this so you can get a glimpse of how they are thinking about themselves, right? What do they think? Do they think that they are not they are not smart enough to train their dog? Do they think that they are not they don't have the skills, they don't have the knowledge? They have the knowledge, but they suck at the execution. What do they think about themselves, about this regarding this problem, right? um, what other things bother them, and only them, that other people wouldn't understand. This is about finding the little problems, the little things, like I don't know, things that their dogs do that really embarrass them, but people without dogs wouldn't understand, right? That's basically this is kind of hard to explain. Some of these are kind of hard to explain, but at the moment of making of doing the research, you're going to know, you just know, right? This is like an instinct. This is like a gut feeling that you get, but we're going to probably get those good feelings in when we are doing the research in the next following weeks. So how they are compared to rivals. This is again, we have to find how they are think about other successful people that are successful in the thing that they want to succeed, right? So if someone has a well-behaved dog and it's like a neighbor, okay, what do they think about that neighbor? Are they envious? They are frustrated? They think that the neighbor is a son of a bitch? What do they think about with that, right? And um, what do they think about this rival, right? Everyone has rivals, or at least in their minds. So what outside forces do they believe that prevent them from living their best life? This is basically about beliefs. uh, Again, what do they think that why, what is the reason why they cannot accomplish this that they want to accomplish? It's because they don't have the knowledge. It's because their dog it's simply not smart enough. Do they believe that only pro trainers can train dogs, and they don't have the skills? What are the beliefs, right, that they think are stopping them from achieving their success, right? What habits did they change to avoid bad feelings? This would be, well, I stopped going outside with my dog because he always embarrasses me because he started pulling the leash. Or I don't know, I stopped inviting kids friends to my house to play with my. I stopped arranging play dates with my kid for my kid because my dog will almost bark and bite another kid and that kind of stuff, right? Stuff that they stop doing because of this problem that they are having. What are some dark solutions that they wouldn't try? Maybe they wouldn't try some e-collars that give the dogs an electric shock when they bark or something like that. Or maybe hit the dog. They will never hit their dogs or something like that, right? We have to find what are the solutions. For example, in the weight loss niche, it's like the solutions that they wouldn't ever try are like drugs or surgery and that kind of stuff, right? Liposuction. uh, that's what we need to know. What are their big concerns, worries, and desire? What are the big concerns? That they are going to waste their money on something that doesn't work, that this will work but for other dogs but not for me. That's really basic. um what are they going how they are going to feel or have access to immediately after they try the solution. This is basically what's going to happen, right? You basically in this case will be, you're going to give an order to your dog and he is going to first, he's not going to understand, but he's going to pay attention to you. Then he's going to start paying more attention there. Then he's going to understand what you are saying, and he's going to make the trick that you want to, or and that kind of stuff, right? You have to paint that image in their minds of how will look like immediately after they start using your product, right? So the next one is, how does their life look like now that the process is completed? This is basically the after story, the good part of the story, right? We had the failure scenario, what would be the worst thing that could happen? What happens if they don't solve this problem? So we also need to know what happens if they actually solve the problem, right? And so I think some of these questions are maybe repeated, but anyway, I think it's never wrong to ask yourself some questions. So that's about the customer. We have a few questions. I don't know, I haven't counted them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have at least 20 questions about the customer. But after customer, we need to know other stuff to keep writing the sales letter, right? So we have, who is the guide, who it's going to be the authority figure that it's going to teach them what the thing that they want to know, right? um, what this guide discover, what is their unique mechanism, basically. How do they differentiate from every other expert? That is something that you're going to find out when you talk with your client, or the offer owner, or you are going to create your own unique mechanism for this offer, right? Do they have a dramatic story? This is basically, um, if you want to use their voice in your copy, it's good to know what their background story is, and how you can back up the promise using study. Well, basically this is using scientific studies to back up whatever you are talking about. It's just that. It's not much complicated. Competitors, your competition, what is the market already using? Make a list of all the products, right? What does the market like about existing solutions? What they don't like? That information is basically what we are going to get from forums and Amazon reviews and that kind of stuff. Are there any horror stories about existing solutions? that's something that maybe we are not going to find, because maybe there are not any horror stories, but it's good to at least research and try to find those stories. Does the market believe existing solutions work? If not, why? That's also pretty self-explanatory. What do people think about current current solutions, current products being sold right now? How would it be their life if they decided to go with other solutions? So basically, we need information of people who tried other solution, and what happened. Did they solve their problem? How much did it cost solving the problem? Was there any way that they could have the same results but with a lower at a lower price, at a lower cost, and with more quickly, right? That's what we want to know. So, and curiosity is simply curiosity element. It's not about the customer, it's not about the offer per se, but it's about curiosity elements that we are going to use later for writing the sales letter. And every most of these questions, I took them from Stefan Georgi RMBC method. So credit where it's due. I haven't done the course, so it's not like I am disclosing any like private information, but this is something I really like Stefan, and I have seen and heard a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos where he's talking about how to do research and how to write good copy. And this is basically what he talks about. Every of these points, it's basically what he says uh, on free material that it's out there about him. This is basically how he describes making good research. So so yeah, most of this stuff I added my own questions and that kind of stuff, but it's vaguely based on the RMBC method from Stefan Georgi, which I recommend every copywriter. Doesn't matter if you are just starting or advanced, you should get it just because it's good, right? I really like it. Curiosity. Okay, so the curiosity elements that you have to know is, has someone tried to solve the market's pain points before in a very unique way? What was the result? Is there any conspiratorial theory or story behind why all solutions didn't work? This is really cool. If you can find something about that, there are certain stories about like conspiracies and that kind of stuff that are really cool. Are there any other attempts to solve the problem that are unique? What happened? Were they successful but not but forgotten, or they were a failure? Why? Right? You want to know all the stuff because maybe you are going to find a really good angle to solve this, to sell this offer. So okay, this is basically all the elements that you have to discover about the customer and the offer in general. They are not a lot, really. They are just questions that you need to know, and you have to research about them. They are not that many. It looks like that, but once you start making the research, you are going to find out that it's quite easy to find the answers to these questions in forums and that kind of stuff. And you don't want just one answer, right? You want to find a lot of answers about this stuff, um, about each question, and you have to look for repeated words or repeated feelings, because those are the ones you want to mention in your sales letter. So okay, these are the questions. This is what we look for before start writing copy. This is the process, the what, right? The what we need to know. Next, I am going to show you where to look and how to look. This is not something that I am going to do today, but this is what I am going to cover in the next following weeks, right? So this is basically this is the what, and this is the where you find the questions. Where do you find the answers for these questions? So basically, I'm going to do a quick breakdown of each one of these, because I'm going to do them extensively in the next following weeks. So the first place that you go to look for answers is your customer's current offer, or your offer if you're the one writing copy. But what is their current offer look like? What is their how much information can you extract from the current sales page or website, or whatever their marketing they are using? How much information can you use to answer all those questions, right? The next thing, you're going to look into the questionnaire. Basically, you're going to send a questionnaire to your client, or you're going to have a call with them, a discovery call. That's my favorite thing to do to write copy. And you're going to make them questions that they are going to answer the other ones, right? You're going to go to Amazon reviews about this. A lot of people think that you have to have a physical product, because that's the only Amazon reviews that that are useful, right? And the truth is that, even let's say in this case, that we are going to work in an info product, right? It's a video course, let's say, about how to train your dog. There are not video courses being sold on Amazon, or maybe they are, I don't know. But you have a lot of books, so we are going to go to Amazon reviews and see what those reviews say, and what do they like about those books, and that kind of stuff. So it's not completely useless, especially for info products. So we Reddit, this is quite normal, quite common. It's probably my favorite place to go search for answers and to do research, especially about stories and stories and angles I can use for to write copy, because I think the anonymity of Reddit makes it so good for people to start sharing things, and share stories, and share feelings, and that kind of stuff. So the next one is testimonials about your client, that your client has, or that you have about this offer. If it exists, right? If it's a new product, then you don't you just skip this up. Top 5 clickback offers. If it's possible, you're going to if you don't you cannot, if it doesn't have if there isn't any clickbank offer about this, or because it's a small niche or whatever, then you just skip this up. But for most products, you have at least one offer that is doing good on clickbank. Facebook ads and funnels. We are just going to go to the Facebook ad library, and we are going to see um, we are going to search for offers, and we are going to search for products, and we're going to look what they are selling, and how do their funnels and pages look like, right? Search the top offers in Google. This is quite simple. We are just going to search the top offers. We are going to actually type top offers about dog trainings and that kind of stuff, and we are going to see what we get. We are going to probably get a lot of blogs and articles about these are the top 5 best dog training products, dog training courses out there, and we want to look at those, because if affiliates are promoting those, it means that they are doing good. Scientific studies. We are going to. This is basically in the same. It should in the same step, but basically, scientific studies is we are going to go to mcbi.com, I think it is, and we are going to search for terms related to whatever, to our offer, right? I don't know if we are going to find something here, because this website is about medicine, right? So you can use it for weight loss products and that kind of stuff, and supplements. I don't know if for dog training stuff it's going to be useful, but anyway, we are going to find out. Science Daily, the same thing. You're going to go to Science Daily and just use the search bar to find relevant relevant scientific studies to back up your offer. Specific products, that's simple. We are going to use Google to find specific products about dog training in this case. Google search terms, we are going to search all these terms, right? We are going to search humiliating, frustrating, embarrassing, blah blah blah, and we are going to combine those terms with things relevant to our product. So we are going to search, for example, humiliating experience with my dog in the dog, humiliating afternoon in the dog park, and kind of and stuff like that. It's not a straight science, right? This is more like experimenting and see what, and basically throwing a lot of shit to the wall to see what we end up with. Search top influencer. We are going to see who are the top influencers in this space, and see what they are about, if they have offers, what is their message, and that kind of stuff. Read the top 5 books. This is quite, this is something I think I heard Bond Halbert, the son of Gary Halbert, mention, which is to write copy you have to be an expert. To be an expert is basically more easy than you would expect to, because you don't have to be an expert. Let's say you just have to know more about about a topic than the person you're explaining it to. So if you want to be an expert about dog training, you don't have to actually be a super expert. You just have to know more than the person who is reading your copy. And in this case, I mean, who many of you or how many people have read more than 5 books in one topic? Right? Unless it's something you are really interested in, like, I don't know, making money or business stuff, or something like that. You're probably no one reads 5 books for something. uh, Again, I repeat, unless it's something that you are really invested in. So by just reading the top 5 books, you are going to instantly become an expert, or you're going to become an expert in the eyes of your reader, right? The next one is creativity exercise. Make a list with themes related to the main benefit. Search for story related to those topics using this list here. It's basically what we did here, but we are going to search stories with the potential to have a connection. Okay, so that's basically it. This is what you want to know before starting writing your offer, or writing your copy, your sales page, or whatever actually you want to know. You want to write, and this is where to look those things. So this is basically the end of the video. What I'm going to be doing uh, the following weeks, it's grab one of these points and make a video of me live streaming doing the research, right? So the next one, it's probably not going to be the current offer, because I still don't know what the offer is, but I'm going to share the questionnaire. I'm going to talk about the questionnaire that you are going to send to your client, or that I send to my clients. I don't know if you want to do the same. But that's basically it. This is the questionnaire that I use with my clients. I often use it in a call to find everything possible about their offer and the product and what they are about, basically, so I can write good copy. This is going to be the next video, right? Next week, the next Saturday, I'm going to be. It's going to be about the questionnaire that I send to my clients. After that, we are going to be. I'm going to make one video about the. Sorry. about the Amazon reviews and how to use them to answer those questions, and Reddit and testimonials, and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to maybe grab one or two of these, and I'm going to use it in one video. I'm going to live stream me use I'm going to live streaming me doing research, basically. So that's what's going to happen the next Saturday. So this is everything for today. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a show about. Tomorrow is Sunday, and Sunday I'm going to do um random Sunday. Basically, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to talk about enough. I don't know about what I'm going to talk about. Maybe I'm going to talk about something about marketing, or maybe something about other things, right? Productivity and that kind of stuff. I still don't know what the topic it's going to be, but tomorrow we are going to find out. So that's everything for today. I hope you liked this, and I will see you tomorrow.